What's up guys, hey Anthony here at inGear, and today again with us we have the Gen3 Groove fat tire folding bike, and as in some of our other videos, we talk a lot about why fat tire folding bikes are the future, are the best bike for everyone. And so we want to give you guys a little bit of our first impressions with this bike in particular, because there's some really cool features that we haven't seen yet on some other bikes. The first one is it's all metal, which I love. It is this beautiful dark aluminum color. It's like a brushed gray. I don't know if you can tell the quality of the paint in the camera, but it's beautiful. So right out of the box, it's gorgeous. Metal fenders, which is again the first time that we've seen this. Usually they come plastic, so other companies got some stiff competition when it comes to fat tire folding bikes, because this one right out of the box, it's freaking awesome. It's really great. So let's start moving our way from the front of the bike all the way down, give you our first impressions. All right, so as you can see, yes, fat tire folding bike, but this one is awesome because you can remove the front tire, which you can't on our other bikes without nuts and bolts. So I love that this is a quick release tire. If you want to make it even smaller, you can, because they have included that feature. Pretty standard light, but I like the low profile. It has the reflector on the bottom. Front adjustable suspension, which is a great feature, and I think most bikes should have it, honestly, for the types of rides that we go on. It's really nice to be able to adjust that. The folding mechanics are solid. The first thing I notice is that as soon as I latch these, right when you clip it in, it's really stiff to clip in, but there's no wiggle, there's no rattle whatsoever. So I'm confident when we were doing the speed test, I had no doubts that I was going to be solid in my handlebar placement. They didn't move, they didn't swivel, and that is a huge win. All right, so we get into the upper half right here. As we talked about the handlebars, I like the thin, low profile handlebars that it has. It makes gripping it, I think long term, if we were on a long ride, this would be really comfortable. They have a diamond grip, which I like. If your hands get sweaty at all, this is a win. Standard shifting, standard controller. It has a thumb throttle, which don't tend to be my favorite, but this one has a little cup for your thumb, which is kind of unique. It's not a flat thumb lever, it is like a cupped thumb lever, so it's actually comfy, and it's serrated so that way it's got texture, so you're not slipping off the thumb throttle. So that's good. Moving our way down the frame, it has some pre-drilled brackets right here, so if we wanted to mount anything, a water bottle holder, a cup holder, any type of accessories or a bag or something unique, this is a perfect place to do it, and I'm glad they included that on the front end. Next we get into, again, another lever to fold the bike. It doesn't rattle, which gives me so much confidence. So folding it is very easy. And it's light enough to where I'm confident that if my wife, who I think is gonna love this bike because it breaks down really small, look at that, it is a very small bike. But it's light enough, I think my wife could totally get this in and out of her car, no problem, win. All right, next thing, we'll talk about price. Now this bike comes in at $13.99, which is a comparable price to other folding e-bikes. It's not the cheapest e-bike, but it's not the most expensive, but you get what you pay for. No rattles on an aluminum, a nice framed bike. Man, it's awesome. I think it's totally worth the price. All right, so the battery lives underneath the seat, which is a good placement because it keeps the center of gravity right here, and it doesn't bring extra weight to the top tube, doesn't make it bulky, which I like the design, so that's good. So to remove it, it has a key system. You can just turn the key, and then you'll be able to pull this up and down. You have to remove the seat. There we go, which is super easy to do. I like that this battery came with a little handle. You can use it as a weapon if someone's trying to steal your bike. But it's good that it has something to grab onto. All right, there we go. It's a 48-volt battery. It didn't come fully charged right out of the box, so we're gonna keep it on the charger for the next few hours to continue to make some videos. But it came charged enough to where we were able to get on it and give it a test. We work our way down here. It has metal fenders, like I said. It also has a bracket here if you wanted to add a rack. Again, pre-drilled. So it's like they already thought of these things ahead of time for what the user would want. And I'd love to see a long seat right here. So I don't know if they make that, but Gen3, if you're listening, make a long seat right here so my wife can ride on the back. That'd be a lot of fun. Work our way down to the motor, which we talked about. It's a 500 watt motor, but it's got a peak power at 1,000 watts, which is plenty fast enough for a bike like this. So overall, this is a great option, and I think that all the folding bikes out there got some competition with this bike because it looks really sleek. So excited to give you guys our first impression. Stay tuned for our next video, and if you're looking at getting one of these bikes, you can click the link below, and there we go.